Friends, sadhakas, we are chanting Om Bhadram Karnevihi mantra from last 2-3 days. Let us continue for 2-3 more days. Meaning is already told. Consciously remembering Ishta Devatas, all Devatas, asking them to bless, to listen with ears and see with eyes only the auspicious things which purify our heart, which take us nearest to the truth and reality. So, to ask them to give the strength in the entire body, perfection in all the limbs, so that we live life again to reach the God and to serve the God. May Indra, Pusha, then Tarshaha, Brahaspati, and all other gods be benevolent, kind on us. Let there be Shanti inside, outside, and everywhere. In that way, consciously becoming aware of our chitta, in that entertaining these thoughts till they become very powerful, we have to keep on doing these chantings. As a result, this leads to the tuning with the totality. The totality blesses we, the individuality, as we have prayed or requested for. That is how these prayers have to be made use of. Let us try 6 times. Let it take 2-3 minutes. Never mind. Enjoy. That's how through Veda mantra, Shanti mantra Ucharana, beginning the day is always good. And lucky you are to be the part of this exercise every day. In this there is a japa, in this there is a contemplation, there is a prayer, there is meditation, there is an offering, there is surrender. All are included in this beautiful sadhana of chanting this Shanti mantra with the meaning in the head, devotion in the heart. Om Bhadram Karnevihi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Stuštuvagum Sastanubihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddhashravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishvavedaha Swasti nastarksho Arishtanemihi स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातो ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः तुष्टुवांसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. With this prepared mind, let us do our everyday's effort of Adhyatmika sadhana and pragati. In the spiritual path, what we have to very clearly know is we have to pull our antakarana's attention from the gross and subtle worlds towards the substratum of everything called as Paramatma. And this antakarana, in its meditation on Paramatma, should merge in that, and that Paramatma anubhuti should come to us. That Paramatma is very, very sukshma. He is beyond all indriya gocharatva. He is in the heart. So we have to reach to the heart, trace him, merge in him, and to become one with him. Never ever we should have doubt regarding what study we are doing, what understanding we are trying to gain, what sadhana we have to do, and what siddhi we have to reach. It is only the clarity of this picture gives meaning to our sadhanas, else they become mere mechanical without any definite purpose and a result. Let us remember that goal every day, strengthen our understanding as to how to reach to that goal, and intensify our sadhanas. From that very casual way of doing sadhana to the intense way of doing sadhana, we have to shift. Then only exclusively we can do sadhana, and then only the subtlety will come to us. The problem in Vedanta is how much our intellectual understanding we have. If our life is only on the sthula based, that intellectual understanding thing never comes to our own subtle experience. इसलिए जरूर हमको स्थूल से सूक्ष्म में कम से कम during our classes, during our meditational hours, we have to try to. Slowly, when that subtlety comes to us, then the peace and joy of that will inspire us to do it more and more. All along, the Guru Krupa, the Ishvara Krupa, the Shruti Mata Krupa. Oh Lord, bless, 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 Pahimam, Pahimam. We have to keep on saying. Today also we'll have our 8-9 classes. First one we have done the chanting, second Taittiriya with Bhashyam, third Yoga Darshanam with Vyasa Bhashyam, Mundaka, then Gita in English for the youth, evening Bhagavatam, 12th Skandham. So beautiful that how the Parikshit Raja has extended his gratitudes. We are trying to see in that also very in minute details. Then the 10th Skandha, Raja Muchukunda's prayer. Today we will see Lord Krishna, how he blesses him. Adhyatma Ramayana, we will see how all these Vanaras meet that Swayam Prabha, that story. And in the chanting, we will do the Brahaspati Guru Graha Ashtottara Parayana. So our day is full of attending to the divinity. In between, whatever the time is there, take little rest if required, but come back to some or the other chosen sadhana with full inspiration. This is how our everyday, our whole life, here onwards should be only dedicated for Adhyatmika sadhana and pragati. All else, enough of it, we have done throughout life. Om, 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 Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahai, तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। ॐ भवता जनता सुहिता भविता निजबोधविचारणचारुमते कलयेश्वरजीवविवेकविदं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः। ओं श्रीवेदव्यासवैशम्पायन याज्ञवल्क्य आद्यशङ्करादि तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। सङ्कल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधस्य अस्मिन् क्षणे एव अनुभवसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकसंस्कृतेः हैन्दवसंस्कृतेः समस्तशास्त्र आध्यात्मिकयोग साधनानां युक्त पुनरुत्थान पुनर्जागरण विश्वव्याप्तिद्वारा विश्वशांति कल्याण एकता विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति प्राप्त्यर्थम समस्त भक्त साधकानां ये ये धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये निश्चिताः तेषां सर्वेषां आयुरारोग्य क्षेम स्थैर्य श्रद्धा भक्त्यादि प्राप्ति द्वारा समस्त शक्तीनां सानुकूलतानां सिद्धि द्वारा विघ्नशत्रु निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापन कार्ये दिग्विजयार्थं च श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषदः श्री आदिशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम अथ श्री कृष्ण यजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीय उपनिषद ओम यस्मात् जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदं धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। तैत्तिरेयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ओमथ शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मावादिशं ऋतमवादिशं सत्यमवादिशं तन्मामावेत तद्वक्तारमावेत आवेन्माम् आवेद्वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ सप्तमोऽनुभागः ॐ असद्वा इदमग्र ॐ अथ द्वितीया ब्रह्मानन्दवल्ली शान्तिमन्त्रः ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अथ सप्तमोऽनुभागः ॐ असद्वा इदमग्र आसीत् ततो वै सदजायत तदात्मानग्गस्वयमकुरुत तस्मात् तत्सुकृतमुच्यत इति यद्वै तत्सुकृतं रसो वै सः रसगह्येवायं लब्ध्वानन्दे भवते को ह्येवान्यात् कः प्राण्यात् यदेष आकाश आनन्दो न स्यात् एष ह्येवानन्दयाति यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन् दृश्येनात्म्ये निरुक्ते अनिलयने अभयं प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते अथ सो अभयं गतो भवते यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन्नुदरमन्तरं कुरुते अथ तस्य भयं भवते तत्त्वेव भयं विदुषो मन्वानस्य तदप्येष श्लोको भवति। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। Salutations to Parabrahma Tattva, Shrutimata, Samasta Brahma Vidya Acharya, Rishmani Guru. Salutations to Vedavyasa, Vaishambhani Agnivalkya, Bhashyakara, Adya Shankara, and also to our own personal Gurus, Acharyas. Upanishads or any Shastra, we have to understand what is said through the words, through the mantras. In that there is sadhana indicated. That sadhana we have to reach we have to do to reach to the indicated sadhya vastu. Then whenever the understanding or sadhana is not happening, the understanding we have to have is our equipments are not properly tuned or perfected. Therefore, one side listening to the classes, side becoming clear about the goal and the sadhana, third side to walk on that path to reach the goal, the preparation of our the equipments. In this thing, we have to be fully engaged in. That's called as a crystal clear, matured understanding yukta adhyatmika sadhakas lakshanas. Preparing the upadhis through upasana, japa, bhajana, preparing the understanding about the goal and means through the regular study of the Upanishads, then trying our best with the prepared upadhi to walk on the path. Keep on doing, keep on doing, keep on doing till it keeps on happening, keeps on happening. Finally, that which has to happen will happen. No ambiguity in this regard. Now we are studying the Taittiriya Upanishad of Krishna Yajurveda. Beautiful Upanishad. Every Upanishad is for giving us the Brahma Vidya, through which the Brahma Anubhuti, through which the Jiva Samsara, for say Mukti, that we get it. It's very sublime, very subtle. It appears, first of all, for many, many decades, it doesn't understand, is not understood also. As we understand, it appears that it is understood, but again quickly it's forgotten because of the power of Vasana's extrovertedness. So, slowly reducing them, we have to become pakka in the understanding of the Upanishads. Then only there is a meaning to this Adhyatmika Sadhana and Jivan. Now, in this Taitariyam, the three Vallis, Shikshavalli, Brahmanandavalli, then Bhruguvalli. Shikshavalli exhaustively seen. We are into the Brahmanandavalli. Every Anuvakam, how wonderful we are seeing. Now into the seventh Anuvaka. Seventh Anuvaka has got 6-7 topics. We have seen few of them. So the moment it is said, we should be able to understand. The moment the mantra is chanted, what is the meaning of that? And all that is to go beyond the seen world of names and forms and see the truth behind. Obvious is the world through our sense organs, is it not? इंद्रियों को खोलते ही शब्द स्पर्श रूप रसगंध दिख रहा है. मन को खोलते ही सारे भावनाएं इमोशंस, बुद्धि को खोलते ही कुछ ना कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट्स अंडरस्टैंडिंग्स बन रहे. बट व्हाट वी आर परसुइंग इज दैट व्हिच इज द सपोर्ट ऑफ ऑल दिस बट बियॉन्ड ऑफ ऑल दिस, which is very, very subjective, very, very sublime. Doesn't come under any of these catch of any of the faculties. उस ब्रह्म का हम पहले समझदारी में, बाद में ध्यान में अन्वेषण कर रहे हैं. It's a process of many lives. And one hint is what? While doing it, conduct the life as normally as it is done with whatever dharma we have to do. So that we are not getting bored in trying to reach the self because it's very sublime. But if one is finding the joy and inspiration in the effort, for him, he need not even worry much about samsara also. And every day, to what level I have reached, what's the next level? What was my yesterday's attempt? Did I succeed? And what should be my attempt today? To succeed, what I have to do? In this way, 24 घंटे उसी विचार में जो रहते हैं ना, they are great sadhakas. See if we can do that. So the first three lines, asadva idamagra asita tato vai sadajayata tadatmanagra swemakuruta. So in the pure Brahman, this manifest world was not there in the beginning. Then from that Brahman, the world got manifested. And that Brahman is fully permeated in that world. That Brahman, which is beyond his Rupanama, is our goal. This is the essence of these first three sentences. Then coming to this Brahman's expression in the world, in our life, etc. Tasma tat sukrutam uchyata iti. It is Brahman because of whom whole creation so beautiful is there. Therefore, he is the doer of Sukruta. Therefore, he himself is Sukruta. Because whatever he has done is he only. Let us say the Lord made Akasha. So in the Akasha, Lord alone is there. Lord made Vayu. In the Vayu, Lord alone is there because he made everything out of himself. Therefore, everything made by the Lord is Sukrutam. Therefore, Lord himself is Sukrutam. So, new name given to this Lord is Sukrutam. Earlier name is Asat. Before the name is Sat. One truth only named differently. Just to test whether we are able to understand the main point or are we getting carried away the word and their dictionary meaning. Don't get carried away by the dictionary meaning when we study Vedanta. It is Vedantic, true, beautiful meaning. So then from this Sukrutam only the rasa is coming. That was the next topic. Exhaustively we studied yesterday. Yadvai tat Sukrutam raso vai saha. That Sukruta named Brahman alone is rasa. Bhashyakara has explained. Raso nama truptihi ananda hetuhu. Explanation is what? There is trupti and ananda in so many beings. And for that they need a rasa. And everyone has some or the other objects like madhura and amla ityadi rasa for giving them trupti and ananda. But for a brahmagnani, none of these outer things are there as a source of rasa. Yet they are trupta and they are anandi. So without rasa, they can't have trupti and ananda. But they don't have any common familiar rasa like you and I have the objects of the world. But they have achieved Brahma Tattva. Therefore, what must be the source of their rasa, thereby the source of their trupti and ananda? That must be what they are experiencing. That's called Brahman only. Therefore, here they are anandi, they are trupta because of presence of rasa, and that rasa is Brahman alone. Therefore, Brahman asti. Conclusion is what? Rasagahyeva ayam labdva anandi bhavati. See, ayam purushaha rasagam labdva anandi bhavati. Having obtained that rasa only, he becomes Ananda. Now, what is the new name of Paramatma? Rasaha. Clear? See the names, but the subtle understanding of the presence of Sad Vastu is established strongly. But unfortunately, it doesn't come in Vyavahara. It is Nirvyavahara and Nirguna and it is Nirvishesha. And it cannot be never ever perceived by any of the faculties, nor it can be perceived as an object other than us. इन्हीं 6-7 चीज़ों पे जितना रिवेल करें ना उतना what Upanishads, what gurus are teaching us the Brahma Tattva will have much better clarity. Other than this clarity, our Vedantic sadhana is meaningless, and millions of people, even we also, without understanding these deeper things, we just study some books, etc., and we think we have understood. This type of vigorous exercise, unless it is done, the clarity won't come. With vagueness, what sadhana we do? बताओ कोई संशय है तो साधना कैसा होगा अब संशय रहित दृढ़ निश्चय with avagahana is there, then there is a meaning to our what we are doing sadhana. So now the name has changed to of the Brahman. Okay, he is Brahman, he is Sattu, he is Asattu, he is Sukrutam, he is Rasam. Now he himself is named as Ananda. That is what is the topic now we are discussing. The next line of the main mantra. After that line, Rasagahyeva ayam labdva anandi bhavati. Rasam hi eva ayam labdva anandi bhavati. Means, ayam you and me, Purushaha, or mainly here, ayam means ayam Brahmagnani. Ayam Brahmagnani, Rasam labdva, Rasaswarupa Brahma labdva anandi bhavati. And other than the Brahmagnani, they are also anandi, but their ananda is because of the outer rasa. But outer rasa of the sweets or madhuram or tiktam, that ends. Because their drishti is on the ananda through the outer things. Outer things have ended. Therefore, they are experiencing the end of ananda. But still they search for ananda in the outer rasa objects. Therefore, they shift from one object to the other. Those who have not discovered the Brahma Tattva in them. And mind you, even in the objects, whatever the Ananda coming to us is also from Brahma because the object also in its ultimate source is none but Brahman himself. The difference between the outer Shabala Brahma, the inner Parabrahma is what? The outer Shabala Brahma means Brahma in the form of Rupa Nama goes on continuously changing. Therefore, the happiness is not stable. But the inside Atma Rupena discovered Brahman never goes away, never perishes. There is no any mathematics possible on that of deletions or additions or divisions or multiplications, etc. Therefore, homogeneously, continuously, that Ananda remains. In the Ananda expected through the Vastus. Though that Ananda also from Brahma, but Vastu itself being perishable, therefore our expected Ananda from them gets perished. Just to think about it. It will help us in getting Vairagya from the objective world from where we were seeking happiness, Sukha so far. Healthy Vairagya, intelligent Vairagya, logical Vairagya, willingness के साथ Vairagya. My own choice. No more temporary happiness I want. So नास्ति अकृत कृतेन परीक्ष लोकान् कर्मचितान् ब्राह्मणः निर्वेदम् आयातु. Then tad vijnanartham gurumevavigached. I just want that eternal permanent bliss of discovering that eternal permanent Brahman as my own self. See, is there any ambiguity? Very, very clear. But then, as the chitta is in Kshipta Moda Vikshipta Bhumika, this knowledge is not registered or retained or contemplated upon or thoroughly understood or convinced about. That's why we forget. Again, we have to tell. Again. Till this alone remains in the heart, we have to go on listening. And the reasons because of which this is forgotten, those reasons we have to eliminate. And the reasons by which it is remembered, that reasons you have to practice. The reason for forgetting is too much indulgence in the worldliness. The reason to remember it is repeatedly doing the Shravanam Mananam. To such an extent that Yasya Brahmani Ramate Chittam. That is happening in our life. Our Sarvatha Safanam Buddhehe Shuddhe Brahmani Sarvatha. Always we are in the Brahma Vastu only putting our Chittam, our contemplation. Wherever we are, Yogarato, Bhogarato, Sangarato, Sangavihinaha. That is to be the main. See, the two, three things are Brahma Prapti leads to Moksha. That Brahma Prapti is my goal. Second, it is Chitta or Antakarana, which has to focus in its inquiry, contemplation on Brahma Vastu all the time, till the Chitta is able to differentiate and reject the Abrahma or non-Brahma and itself merges in the Brahma Vastu. This is what is my goal. So this who can do? The one who has come up to Vijnanamaya Kosha level. Who are the other people who are at the emotional, who are at the Manomaya level of emotions, Pranamaya level of the eating and drinking, Annamaya level of laziness, etc. Those people cannot think or understand or even pursue this type of internal, deep, subtle spiritual sadhana at all. We were living that life from such a long time because of some Guru's Kripa or we have done upasanas to Guru and Ishvara, that in this life we are exposed to the truth through the Upanishadic Jnana. How intense, how serious, how sincere we are, how we are applying ourselves, that determines how much clarity we get, how much conviction we get. Followed by that, how regularly we do sadhana decides how quickly we get the experience and get abundance in that. For everyone, this is the case. Very clear. So, rasagrahyevayam labdva anandi bhavati. So, this Brahmajnanis are in the Ananda without any objects, money, etc., as we are. Then, if they are Anandi, where from that coming from? Whatever they have identified, from that only it must come. And what is they identified with? The Brahma Vastu. Therefore, for them there is Ananda. Ananda cannot be without some source, and they have discovered the Brahman. Therefore, from the Brahman only the Ananda is coming to them. Therefore, the two things are arrived at. One is the Brahman is, second is Brahman alone is Ananda. Therefore, can we change the name of the Brahman from the Rasa to the Trupti, from the Trupti to the Ananda? It will come Truptiriti Brushtau Balamiti Vidyuti Yashaiti Vashasu Jyotiriti Nakshatretu Nakshatreshu Prajatiramrutamananda Ityuvaste Sarvamityakashe Tat Pratishtetyuvasita Tat Brahmanah Parimara. That will come in the last Valli. तृप्ति भी भगवान का नाम है, ब्रह्म का ही। अब आनंद भी ब्रह्म का ही नाम ही नहीं, ब्रह्म अलोन इज आनंद. As we said, then where from the Ananda other people are getting, who are seemingly getting Ananda from Vastu Vyakti Vishesha, they are also getting from the Brahman only. The very deep yogic explanations are here. Ki the Ananda Swarupa in that Vastu is touched by the Ananda Swarupa in me. Therefore, the cohesion of that is giving the Ananda in my experience, which I imagine from that it is coming from there. What exactly happens in the fulfillment of desire? Ki the thought disturbance has gone away. Because of which the beyond thought wala, the Satchit Swarupa, Ananda Swarupa Atma contacts the Ananda Swarupa of the object from whom we think that we are getting happiness. Therefore, the Ananda experience, not in the objects, not in the Indriya Manobuddhyadi, but our own self it is. These are the very subtle, intricate things. Subsequently, as we grow in our understanding of the truth, also in the depth of our meditation, these things will be revealed to us. We'll be seeing that slowly, slowly, as we keep studying same Upanishad many times, or the higher other Upanishads, those clarities will come to us. So, rasagga hyevayam or rasam hi eva ayam labdha anandi bhavati. So, ayam brahmagnani brahmarasam labdva eva anandi bhavati. So, he is anandi. Ananda cannot be without rasa. Rasa for outer people, outer objects, but for him it is Brahma. Therefore, Brahma eva rasa sarupa, raso vaisaha, it is proved Brahma eva ananda. Now, the next sentence of again establishing the presence of Brahman. Here, now the Brahman is named as Ananda. Now, here a question asked. In the way of asking the question, the knowledge is communicated by Shruti Mata. That is a sentence we are going to chant and study now with Bhashyam. The sentence is ko hyevanyat kah pranyat yadesha akasha anando nasyat. को ह्येवान्यात् कः प्राण्यात् यदेश आकाश आनंदो न स्यात्. The literal meaning, the bhashya meaning we see. See, kaha eva hi anyat, kaha pranyat. Who will exhale and who will inhale? Yat eshaha akashaha anandaha na syat. If in this Hridaya Akasha, that Ananda newly named now, Ananda named Brahman if he is not there. In the Hridaya Akasha, if Ananda Rupi Brahman is not there, who will do the inhaling, who will do the exhaling? A lot of things in it, one or two, be very subtle. Everyone is inhaling and exhaling, in that there is Ananda. Is it not? That Brahma inside is there. Remember, because of him, inhale and exhale is happening. First reason. Second is what? For the sake of him only, the inhaling and exhaling is happening. See? Now, this is made easier to understand when you bring the devotional way of putting it. And when you bring the Rama and Krishna, it becomes more acceptable, understandable to us. क्या है कि राम से जगत आया, राम के लिए जगत है. It is easy to understand. From the Lord, the world came. For the sake of the Lord, only the world is there. Who is that Lord? Rama and Krishna. But can the Rama and Krishna be without Sat Chit in them? No. Who is Sachit? Brahma. Therefore, who is Rama and Krishna? Brahman only. Now, therefore, from the Brahman only, entire world has come. For the sake of Brahman only, the world is doing everything. And that Brahman is in me only. So in my own Hridaya Akasha, we attend to, there is Ananda named Brahman now. That Ananda named Brahman ke presence ke karan hi, the inhaling, exhaling is happening. If he is not there, inhaling, exhaling will not happen. Therefore, कौन करेगा इनहेलिंग एक्सेलिंग अगर वो आनंद का ब्रह्म नहीं है अंदर? तो कोई नहीं करेगा, मरे, he will be a murda only. So therefore, this inhaling and exhaling are the proof for the existence of Brahman. No, these are all experiments done on a sajiva. We have to discover Brahman through sajiva, through the life and consciousness only. Through the life and consciousness, when we reach to the Brahma Asadvastu, then all the differentiation of consciousness, inertness also are transcended, where we understand same Brahman is there in both conscious and inert existences. Remember, in inert also Brahman is there as Sad Swarupa. But remember, through that inert, we cannot reach to Brahman. Through the medium of consciousness only we reach Brahman. Therefore, the conscious being called as you and I are taken for experimentation. See, you and I are inhaling and exhaling. This exhaling and inhaling happening in you and I, the living beings, because of the presence of Ananda named Brahman in the Hridaya Akash. It is because of him they are happening, and they are happening for the sake of him. Now, in this contemplation, what is done? I, the Jiva, inhaling for myself, exhaling for myself, and inhaling, exhaling leads to the living or life. And in the life, I conduct so many things. All that is selected and deleted. Because the Anyat and Pranayat are happening because of Brahman and happening for the sake of Brahman. When it is happening by him and for him, where is the Jiva? He is not there. That is what is to be achieved. What is to be achieved is Deha Tadatmya, the cause of it, Jiva Bhava, we have to transcend. Then only Atma Jnana, Atma Sadhana, Atma Anubhava, Atma Nishtha happens, or Brahma, Brahmanishta. Atma Brahma same. So this is the literal meaning. Yat eshaha akashaha ananda nasyat. Yat means if at all, esha, this akashe, in the Hridaya Akasha, Ananda, the Ananda named Brahman, nasyat, agar nahi hai, agar nahi hai, kohi eva anyat, kaha pranyat, who will do the exhaling, who will do the inhaling. Therefore, exhaling and inhaling is proving the existence of Brahman. It's a very sublime thing. For the sake of Brahman, from Brahman, the inhaling, exhaling is happening. In between, the pseudo jiva comes and he says, inhaling, exhaling is happening by me and for me. And every time, please remember the parampara. What is parampara? Parampara is inhaling and exhaling is done by the nostrils. But the nose functions only when there is a mind. Mind functions only when there is a the chitta buddhi. When it is that functions when there is aham. Aham is functioning because of the Sad Brahma there. Therefore, finally, everything in between Vala can be eliminated. What cannot be eliminated is Param Brahma. Therefore, directly, each one though are working for their subtle causes, but indirectly, each one are working for the final cause only. Final cause is Brahman. That was yesterday studied in our Mundaka Upanishad also. Here also, in the earlier paragraph, we have seen. In this kohevanyat ka pranyat yadesha akasha anandana syat. In this Bhashyam, that very pregnant, sublime thing is revealed yesterday in the Avatarika itself. Then now we have to study the Bhashya for this mantra. Just 5 minutes will take to browse through what is the Avatarika for this particular line. Introductory explanation by Bhagavan Shankara. We spent 20 minutes yesterday to study it. Nothing wrong if we see it once more. Be careful, be conscious to listen. What we are studying now, kohi eva anyat kaha pranyat yat esha akasha ananda nasyat. Of this very pregnant mantra, the avatarika bhashyam, then the next it's bhashyam. The mantra's bhashyam we are studying. Studying for what? For again establishing the presence of Brahman. Where is available already said. How to achieve also said. But in spite of all that, आप तो कहते हो कि वहां जाओ इस तरह से ढूंढो मिलेगा, लेकिन हम तो पहले पॉइंट में अटक गए हैं कि whether that Brahman is there or not, because he is not coming in व्यवहार nor he is in any विशेष युक्त. अटक जाते हैं हम. You know, like a big plan is made. कि जाएंगे तीर्थ यात्रा में, सारे मंदिर दर्शन करेंगे, पूजाएं कराएंगे, प्रार्थना करेंगे, एंड 10 दिन एंजॉय. ऑल इज वेल प्लान्ड, बट देन घर छोड़ के जा सकते हैं क्या? द फर्स्ट बेसिक थॉट विल स्टॉप अस द होल पिलग्रिमेज. क्या जरूरत है वहां? भगवान इज एवरीवेयर देयर. देयर इज ऑन द बेड, इन द बेडरूम आल्सो, ऑन द बेड आल्सो, अंडर द बेडशीट आल्सो. सो जाओ. In the same way, this thing about Brahman, hai ki nahi, that doubt will always trouble. Now remember, very important thing, what is happening or achieved through all discussion is, not only the answer is given to the question affirmatively that Brahman is there, but at a higher level, Brahman alone is there. Other than him, everything is mithya. Then only our pursuit from the mithya to the truth can change too. We are now pursuing the mithya jagat, taking it as real. But this jagat cannot be without Brahman. Therefore, if at all we have to pursue, we have to pursue the real only. That day we give example. There is a mirage water, there is a lake water. So after knowing there is no water in mirage, still we run behind that? Then after knowing that there is water in the lake, we are thirsty. Will we be without going there? We can't be. In the same way, when we know the jagat as per is not real, Brahman alone is actual reality, then will we pursue the Jagat? No, we'll pursue the Brahman only. Now, while explaining, I gave you two examples of the mirage water as well as the lake. But in case of the Brahma Vicharana, in the world where we are pursuing, there itself is the Brahman is there. Then what is world is name and form. When we transcend the name and form, then we reach the Brahman. Name and form are in our own mind as thoughts. Then when the thoughts are transcended, name and form is transcended, chitta is transcended, then pure Brahman as Sachidananda and Aham Brahma. I am that Brahman, Sachidananda, that experience is to be gained and experienced. Again and again listen. Every day be regular. कुछ कुछ नए नए तरीके से और ऑलरेडी पढ़ा हुआ चीज को हम रिपीट करते करते लेट अस बिकम फर्म एंड थरो in our understanding in our next 2-3 years. So there's no doubt should be there finally where to search this Brahman and why Brahman alone is real, how the Jagat is unreal. It's a mind created, Maya created. हाँ इतना रिलैक्सेशन होगा इमेजिन करिए कि I have understood the Jagat to be Maya, Mithya, it is unreal, and therefore we have stopped all even sankalpas to possess the Jagat. Imagine करो आज का दिन कैसा है. Jagat is real, people are real, objects are real. I have to possess them. For that, how much of thinking, planning, struggle going on happening? It's all delusion. वो सब चला जाएगा. Like this 1 hour, while listening to the class, in your mind there's no desire for any pursuit. And how calm and quiet is the mind? And whose mind is agitated with position of desire, then they will be agitated in the class, they can't listen. On the other hand, we are trying to pursue the Brahman. Though it is very sublime, very subjective, yet it being reality, we will reach to it one day. And once it is obtained, nothing remains to be obtained. Be clear about these knowledges. Okay. Now the Sambandha Bhashya was so cute. Ki itahacha asti. Because of this reason also, Brahman is there. We explained yesterday. Again we are doing it. Itahacha Brahma asti. ओम नमो नारायण. कुतः अस्ति कि प्राणनादि क्रिया दर्शनातु. There is pranana, apanana, etc. Kriyas that are seen. What a cute explanation it is. What a subtle explanation it is. What a beautiful explanation it is. Okay, here the सद वस्तु के जगह चिद वस्तु का एस्टैब्लिशमेंट है. ठीक है, बट चित कैनॉट बी विदाउट सत्य. देयरफॉर वंस वी रीच द चित, जस्ट उसके पीछे ही सत्य है. ओके, नाउ वन बाय वन. प्राणनादि क्रिया दर्शनात्. डू वी सी द प्राणना अपानना क्रिया इन ऑल ऑफ अस? या, that itself is proof for the existence of Brahman. How so? We will explain one by one. Listen carefully. Now, first point, I am hi pindaha. This human body, human being, human body, pinda means individual. Jivataha, as long as is alive. Pranena praniti, apanena apaniti. Is it not? By inhaling, he is doing the pranana kriya. By exhaling, he is doing the apanana kriya. हो रहा है कि नहीं? So I am an individual existing. The prananam and the apananam are happening. Okay. Now only is these two are happening, or any other things are happening in me? Are so many other things are also happening with the help of other faculties also. So starting with the pranana apanana, which are given in the Upanishad mantra, Bhashyakara is adding other kriyas also that are happening in you and me as long as we are all jivati alive. Clear? Which are they? He is explaining. Evam in this way. First, vayaviyaha. The vayu kriyas of prananam apananam. जो अभी बताया. Second, aindriyakaha. All the indriya sambandha cheshtaha. Happening or not? It is not only inhaling, exhaling happening, but the eyes are seeing, ears are listening, nose is smelling, hand is holding, legs are walking. So many chestas also are happening in me. Second point. Third, samhataihi karya karanaihi. Two more things are added to these two things. One is pranana apanana. कोई प्राण अपान नहीं किया तो मरी जाएगा. Second, through pranana apanana, when the life is there, he is working through all sense organs. हो गया? दो हो गए, उसको और दो ऐड कर रहे हैं. What is what? कार्य कारण संघातैहि. समहतैहि कार्य कारणैहि. समहतैहि means मिलकर, मिलजुल कर. कार्य always in Vedanta means the stula deha. Okay. Then karana means the antahkarana. करण मीन्स इंद्रियास. कभी कभी करण में ही अंतःकरण इंद्रिया भी आ जाते हैं. तो हियर द कार्य में स्थूल देह, कारण इज अंतःकरण, then vayaviya kriya is the inhaling, exhaling, and all the physiological functions which the prana does. Then aindriya kriya, the 10 indriyas kriyas. ये सब मिलकर you and I are. Okay. Now very important thing, एक वेदांत में एक सेंटेंस होता है कि संहतानाम परार्थत्वातु. संहतानाम परार्थत्वात् means an assembly of few things get assembled and work for something else which is not the part of that assembly, which is not the part of that assemblage. संहतानाम परार्थत्वात्. Okay. So, like our own body, you take hands, legs, all are working, but none of them are working for themselves. Different. Like every part of the car is not working for themselves. All the parts put together are working for the total car, and car being jada, it has none of its purpose. Therefore, the owner of the car, who is other than the car, for it is working. He is bringing that principle and saying कि एवं वायवीयाः ऐन्द्रियकाः च चेष्टाः संहतैः कार्यकारणैः निर्वर्त्यमानाः दृश्यन्ते. The functioning is seen as in coordination between these four things. The karana rupi antakarana, karya rupi deha, Indriya Cheshtaha, then Vayaviya Cheshtaha. Drishyante. So that's what we said just now. Next sentence is Tatcha. This complete assemblage and their functioning. Tatcha Ekartha Vrittitvena Samhananam. With one definite purpose, they are coming together and working. And that working, be attentive. Can it happen na antarena chetanam? Without the chetana tattva, can they function? Very important. चैतन्य आत्मा इसके अंदर नहीं है. चैतन्य क्या ये हम काम करेंगे? जस्ट द पर्सन हु डेड अचेतन हो गया. ऑल दी संघात नेवर फंक्शन. बी केयरफुल अबाउट इट कि न अंतरेण चेतनम संहननम. फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज चेतन तत्व है तभी वो सब काम कर रहे. Therefore, किसके लिए काम कर रहे? देन चेतन तत्व के लिए ही काम कर रहे. बी केयरफुल, डोंट मिस इट. Now the third point is very important, which is a very crucial point. What is that? Ki asamhatam. This Chetana Tattva, because of whose presence and for whose sake the assembly is working, that is not the part of the assembly. Assemblage, let us say. चैतन्य तत्व हमेशा इन सब से अलग ही हटकर ही है. उनके कारण वो काम कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए वो काम कर रहे हैं. उनके लिए मीन्स टू एक्सप्रेस द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द चेतन तत्व. दे आर ऑल वर्किंग. Afterwards, with the legs, I'll walk there. With the hands, I hold this thing. These are all the samsara created by the jiva because of his vasanas. You understand? That's how each one walks different place depending on his different vasanas. Each one holds or does different work depending on his own vasana. That is a lower level of jiva's understanding. उसको छोड़ो. Purely the functional दृष्टि से देखा जाए कि each of them are together working as a samhata. But they are not working for themselves. So they are working for Chetana. Because when the Chetana Atma is not there, they are not coming together nor working. And this Chetana Atma is not a part of any one of them. He is a Sakshi only. Sakshi only. Therefore, in this way, asamhatam sambhavati, anyatra adarshanatu. And wherever the Chaitanya is not there, anyatra means in the place where the Chaitanya Atma is not there, the Deha, the Prana Shaktis, and the Indriyas and the Antakarana together functioning is not seen in a dead body, dead person. Therefore, what is proved here? The Chaitanya Atma's Astitva is proved. And that Chaitanya के presence के कारण Chaitanya के लिए each of them are together working. They are working together. Is it not? If the inhale exhale doesn't happen, the digestion won't happen. If that doesn't happen, the energy will not be there in Indriyas. If the Indriyas are not functioning, then how the Antakarana functions through? If the Antakarana is not functioning, then for whom and whose sake the action is going on? They are that way, and as an assembly only they work. And not for any one of them. If they are not working for any one of them, then for whose sake they are working? For somebody who is other than them. And what is that somebody is? The Chaitanya Atma. The proof is, when the Chaitanya Atma is not there, they are not working. Wherever Chaitanya Atma is there, they are working. Working for what purpose is samsara? Let us not discuss that. We are only sticking to they are working. Now, what is the meaning of they are working for the Paramatma? Means only to indicate the existence of Paramatma. Now, like the electricity is working through the bulb. Okay. Now, bulb is glowing. There are two ways of looking at the purpose of the glow of the bulb. One, the bulb is glowing to illuminate the objects and things and people that are in the hall. This is a samsaric outlook. But if you see the other way around, bulb is glowing to indicate the presence of electricity. Is it not? Bulb glowing is indicating the presence of electricity. Because when bulb doesn't glow, you know the electricity supply nahi hai. Therefore, a Vedantic outlook is I am functioning is to indicate that I am the pure conscious existence. A samsara is what? Conscious existence, he forgets, then identifying with the functioning ability of these things, he finds an external purpose because of moha, because of ignorance, because of vasanas, and he gets bound as samsara. Is it not? Therefore, in a Brahmajnani, the Brahma Tattva as Chaitanya Tattva makes the faculties function without any his own purpose, personal. Then what the purpose they are working? By themselves, they don't have a purpose to work for, but some purpose is fulfilled. That is the Ishvara Leela, service to the world. Like what purpose Bhagavan Surya is sending the light and heat? There's no purpose. His nature is light and heat from his side. But from our side, because of heat and light, the whole three worlds are becoming alive or functional. You see the difference? सूर्य भगवान तीनों लोगों को अपने किरण के द्वारा जीवन दान कर रहे हैं. ये हमारे तरफ से दैट इज अ वक्तव्य है. Because we, other than without Surya Bhagavan's sun, heat and light, we cannot be alive. Therefore, our life is because of him. We attribute the Karana to Surya and is a Kirana and light for our survival. It is attribution is from our side. But from Lord Surya's side, his nature is light and heat. He is not a Karta for the survival of all of us. His nature is so. So too, the nature of Brahman is Satchit. That Satchit is there permeating in all the faculties. Therefore, they are able to function. So, from the faculty standpoint, the functioning is happening because of presence of Satchidananda Paramatma. From the Paramatma standpoint, he is just present, that's it. He is not functioning. In his presence, they are doing, they are happening. That's it. Be clear about this. This is how the ego, with his own variety of goals in life, together becoming a jiva and doing something as karta, then getting something to become bhokta. This entire samsara we transcend. That's called Vedanta. Vedanta is to abide in that Satchit Brahma who has no purpose to do anything. He only is present as a pure consciousness. In his presence, the upadhis function for no purpose. The moment the purpose is attributed, Jiva is born. Like the Nadi is flowing, it is merging in the ocean. We say नदी बह रही है समुंदर में मिलने के लिए, नदी बह रही है कमलों को खिलाने के लिए, नदी बह रही है किराने किनारे वालों को पानी या भोजन या जीवन देने के लिए. So many attributes of kartrutva to the nadi we give. Nadi doesn't think all that. Nadi just in its own natural flow going and merging in the ocean. But we, because jivas always have the goals outer and for that some karma, everybody हम वैसे उसको attribute करते हैं. हवा बह रही है हमको ठंडा पहुंचाने के लिए, माउंटेन खड़ा है हमारे लिए वो ऑडिकल मानसून्स को रोकने के लिए, है ना, पेड़ खड़े हैं हमको ऑक्सीजन देने के लिए, फल फूल देने के लिए. All the kartrutva to them is given by us the human beings. Because we have kartrutva, because we have a phala sakti, because we imagined by some mistake that there is sukha in the objects. Actually, sukha is in the Atma only. That is why one of the highest Vedantic practice is what? Without any goal or purpose, allowing the life to express. That's it. That's it. Any individualized purpose. That was the way our Jada Bharata lived, if you remember Bhagavatam, 5th skandha. Is it not? He had no purpose of his own. So when his father told him, go and work in the kheti, he worked. When the brothers told him, to jaake wo anaj ka raksha karo, he worked. Then those people, when they caught him to give bali, those Chandika Devi Bhaktas, the Daku log, he was there ready for it. Then when he was walking, that King Rahugana was there in the palanquin. Then he asked to Dona, wo bhi unhone kiya. See that he has no ego and in of his own purpose, but the allowing the pure conscious blissful self to express. That's called Jivan Mukti. When we listen to this, it appears to be abstract, vague, and impractical and आनंद रहित, क्योंकि हमको कुछ करना, कुछ पाना, उसमें इंडल्ज होना, उसी में है सुख, इस तरह का आदत जन्म जन्म से आया. Wrong habit, like the drunkards and cigar smoker. It's a wrong habit because of which they feel happiness in them. If it is happiness, everybody should smoke. But उनको आदत हुआ, और किसी को और किसी में, और किसी को और किसी में. Everybody by their imagination finding or thinking the Ananda is in the world. Therefore, they are attributing a purposes to their life. Just to be the conscious self, that's it. Your purpose is over. Can we digest this very seemingly abstract but absolutely true statement or standpoint? Think slowly in our evolution of studying the Upanishads, we have to come to that level only. That is the meaning of, other words, in my own presence everything is happening. जन्म मरण सब हो रहा है विश्व का, और मैं उनसे टच नहीं हूँ. Gold is remaining in its own pristine form. Ornaments are coming and going in it. It is not disturbed by it. जिसको पर्पस होता है उसके पर्पस डिस्टर्ब होने से वो डिस्टर्ब होता है. जिसको पर्पस ही नहीं है. पर्पस मीन्स वासना प्रेरित कामना. वासना प्रेरित कामना. Then kamana prerita kamya karma. Karma phala. Phala praptyartham, going to different places. Is it not? You did the karma of paying the bill. तो you are given that in the hand, और जाके काउंटर में ले लो. तो ये बिल वहां देने से वो कर्म फल उधर देता है. बिकॉज यह इस कर्म का फल इधर ही मिल सकता है, इसलिए यही हुआ हो. But some karma's phala cannot be given in this body, therefore some other body. Not in this place, therefore some other place. Not in this type of situation, therefore that situation. Not with this company of people, therefore that company of people we are put. Because expecting karma phala, we did karma. It's imagination that in that karma phala there is sukha bhoga. Why it is so? Because of vasanas. Why? From when it started, we don't know, but it's circularly going on. Vasana, Kamana, Karma phala bhoga. Karma phala bhoga creating vasana, again Kamana. इस चक्कर में ही हम संसार, इसको संसार कहते हैं. But where is actually the Ananda bliss? It is in Brahman. So beautiful is this analysis if you see. First he started with inhaling, exhaling is happening. Second he said not only that indriyas are working. Third he said not only indriyas, the body also is growing and responding. Not only that, the antakarana also working. So all of them are working in coordination. Yesterday we saw it. Today I didn't repeat that. If there is no coordination between the indriyas and antakarana and the body, so mind says the body to go left, but the legs go right. How confusing it is. Mind says the hand to take the food from his own plate, but the hand, because it is independent now, taking the food from the other fellow's plate. How chaotic it, not only to the neighbor, but for us also. They're all together working. And whenever some things work together, they work for somebody else. Like the 10 people in a company working together, not for themselves, but for the boss. So to all MLAs, MPs working towards, not for themselves, for the sake of the Prime Minister. Prime Minister is there for the entire people of the country. Okay. So whose presence they are working, thoda note karo. When the Chaitanya is there, then only they are working. Chaitanya is not there, they are not working. Therefore, for whose sake they must be working? Chaitanya Atma ke lekar. चेतना आत्मा के प्रेजेंस में कर रहे हैं, एब्सेंस में नहीं. इसलिए चेतना आत्मा के कारण दे आर वर्किंग. एंड हुज पर्पस? फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ चेतना आत्मा. एंड व्हाट इज द पर्पस? या ओनली टू prove the existence of Chetanatma or kuch nahi. And that Chetanatma should exist. Therefore, it is existence. In this way, the existence of Paramatma or Brahman is established through the establishing of the Chetana, through the observance of functioning of our faculties, which are coordinatedly working with, of course, their own independent capacities. So in meditation, क्या करना है फिर? Every faculty is functioning is not given importance. The Chaitanya Atma in whose presence they are working. That's what Kena Upanishad. Yat chakshusha na pashyati, yena chakshumshi pashyati, tadeva brahma. Tvam vidhi na idam, yad idam upasate. So simple it is. Brahman is there as Chaitanya, therefore faculties are functioning, I am alive. Once I am alive, if my life is for the outer goals, I will ever forget the Chaitanya Brahma as myself. Therefore, after studying the Upanishad, we have to shift our attention. We have to take a U turn. My faculties are functioning, only indicating to me the presence of the real me. Therefore, tracing back, the faculties, slowly have to reach to the self, not using the faculties, going away from the self into that imaginary world of names and forms, projected world of names and forms. This not knowing is called ajnana. Therefore, with the faculties and their functionings, entering into the world in anticipation of sukha is called a moha. Therefore, the outer world is not real and the faculties are not for the outer world's sake. That is why everyone's such pursuit, though temporarily appears to give some pleasure, but finally all of that is disappointing only. Because purpose ho hai hi nahi. On the other hand, the one through the study of Vedanta, quietance is going outside. Then through the Vijnanamaya Kosha reaches Brahman, is fully contented, happy, not disappointed like the earlier case. Why? Because that is the purpose of all this. तो जिस पर्पस के लिए हम वो काम करते हैं, वो पर्पस फुलफिल हुआ तो तृप्ति होता है. सो टू जहां तृप्ति हुआ, इसका अर्थ क्या हुआ? पर्पस फुलफिल हुआ. In the world, there will be never the trupti. Therefore, the world is not the purpose. In the Brahma Prapti, there is ever trupti. Therefore, Brahma Prapti is the purpose of our life, of all the faculties. Each faculty will help to some extent in the Prapti of Brahman, not all. So, to that extent, take the use of that faculty, like the legs. Will take me to Gurukula. That is the purpose of legs. हो गया उसका काम. Hands, the purpose of serving the guru, उसका काम उतना ही, हो गया काम. The mouth, the purpose is asking question to the guru, when guru asks, replying him and chanting the mantra. अब उसका काम उतना ही. कान का काम, listening to the upadesha given by the guru, that's what its work. The mind's work, to devote to the guru for his great teachings. हो गया. बुद्धि का काम ज्यादा होता है. Go on doing vicharana to establish the existence of Brahman as the teachings given by the Guru. After that, buddhi का purpose हो गया. अभी अहम का काम आता है. Aham should identify with that thing which is convinced of out of the by the Buddhist inquiry. With that, aham also dissolves. Atma Anumuti prevails. So, it all appears vague and abstract till we many times listen, many times contemplate, and then try to really travel in that path. घबराना मत. यहाँ तक जिस भगवान गुरु ने हमको लाया, वही हमको आगे भी ले जाएंगे. बस be open, allow them to guide, get the guidance, follow the guidance. That's why in the world, so many things, so much of anxiety at one period of time. We think it is so important, without that I cannot live. But after some months or years, we only throw it away. When we were so excited about it, at that time also it was worthy of throwing. But it was in the mind's imagination that I can't be without that. That imagination is gone in course of time. Therefore, the realization happened that I can live without that. Any object, any indulgence, any person in contact, जहाँ जहाँ हमको बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट लगते हैं ना, और लगने में है इंपॉर्टेंट, हकीकत में नहीं है. इसलिए कोई भी चीज किसी व्यक्ति से परमानेंट रहता ही नहीं. लेकिन व्यक्ति थोड़ा दुखी होता है शुरू में, बट आफ्टरवर्ड्स नो. द बिग एग्जाम्पल ऑफ भगवान राम, हाउ दुखी became for that 1 year when he was away from Sita ji. But after that, you know, in that after few years of living, after killing Ravana and getting Sita ji, some other fool again shouted about that thing. And then Rama left Sita in the jungle when she was pregnant. Then the children are born. Then they came to Ramaraj. Then it is known that they are children of Sita. Then again once more said in the Praja ke samne, you can speak out. It is accepted everyone about your correctness and all. She said, बेवकूफ हूँ क्या मैं बार बार करने. She entered into the earth. चली गई. But point is, after that, more than 10,000 years, Bhagwan Rama lived ruling the kingdom without Sita. Therefore, he could live. Example बता रहा हूँ मैं. And can we live without the Atma in us? It is impossible only. Therefore, what we have to love? Atma. What we have to identify with? Atma. Identify the Atma, work through the faculties. Like you all do that. Work in the office, but identification with the family, not with the office. जस्ट काम करते हैं तनख्वाह लेने के लिए, कोई प्रेम नहीं, कुछ नहीं, बस 40 years they work like that without attachment to the office. Some you who fellows will get attached, that is because their workmanship or some promotions they come. But the most of the them though, they are attached to the parents, family, children only. So we know working for somebody, attached to someone, working somewhere attached. So to play in the world, but identify with the self. Okay, this is all avatarika. For this mantra, ko hi eva anyat kaha pranyat yat esha akasha ananda nasyat. Now the Bhashya comes to that. Ko hi eva anyat kaha pranyat. After the introductory Bhashyam for this mantra concluded here. Ko hyevanyat kah pranyat yadesha akasha anando nasya esha hi eva anandayati. One para only, I'll tell. Only 2 पैरास है. आज 5-10 मिनट में बताएंगे. कल के दिन इसको रिपीट किया जाएगा. So you will get a better listening, and you use that listening for your contemplation to understand. See, now the explanation of this mantra. Kohi eva anyat kaha pranyat yat esha akasha anandaha nasyat. So simple, you understood. Who will exhale, who will inhale? If in this Udaya Akasha, this Ananda named Brahman, if he is not there. So yato yadi eshaha akashe parame vyomni guhayam nitaha anandaha nasyat na bhavet. Yat means yadi, if at all. Eshaha, okay, eshaha means this anandaha. Akashe means what? Parame vyomni, in that parama vyoma, not the chitta akasha, not the bhuta akasha, but a supreme akasha, which we have already discussed in the first and second anuvaka. Then the same thing is called as guhayam. Akasha means guha, buddhi guha, wherein the triputi is happening. Triputi is happening on Brahman only. When the Triputi dropped, Brahman realized. We have discussed it. So, yat yadi, if at all, esha, this ananda, akashe, means in the akasha, means parame vyomni, in the supreme space, means guhayam, in the cave of the heart, nihitaha, staying there, guhayam nihitaha, esha ananda nasyat. If at all this ananda nahi hai, nasyat means na bhavet chet. Here Ananda is the name of Brahman, remember. Na chet, then kohi eva, who in this world, loke, anyat. Anyat means apana cheshtam kuryat ityartaha. Who will do the apanam? If in the Vyoma Akasha, that Ananda named, that Paramatma is not there. Iti artaha. Same way, kaha pranyat, prananam va kuryat. Who will do the prananam if that Brahman is not there? Tasmat. Therefore, Asti Tad Brahma. That Brahman is there. Now he is connecting this to what avatarika he gave. After saying, therefore, Asti Tad Brahma, he says, Yad Arthaha. See, not only because of presence of Brahman they are working, but for the sake of Brahman they are working. Yad Arthaha. For the sake of that Paramatma only, Karya Karana Prananadi Cheshtaha. Karya, the body. Karana, all the 14 faculties. 10 indriyas and 4 antakarana. Then pranana, the pancha pranas. Adi cheshtaha. Tat krutaha evacha. Ananda lokasya. Therefore, the people, so tat krute evacha ananda lokasya. So, यदर्थाः कार्यकारणप्राणचेष्टाः तत्कृत एव च आनन्दः लोकस्यः. Therefore, for the sake of this inner Ananda only, all are working. Ananda named Brahman. Because of and for the purpose of. Purpose I told you, just to indicate his presence, that's it. That is why you see in all devatas, when they do the stuti of Brahman, Paramatma, they only do the stuti in which Paramatma's existence is praised. That is what they do. That's it. और कुछ नहीं करने का वहाँ. And anything else work they do, given by Brahman only to manage the world, to help all the jivas. Not for Brahman, that is. Indra, Varuna, Vayu, doing their works, yeah. For whom they are working, outer physically देखा जाए, they are working for the jivas of the world. But in whose presence they are working? In the presence of Narayana. Who gave them the work? Narayana only. What do they do after doing the work? Yeah, they offer it to Narayana and they do the praise of Narayana. In the praise of Narayana, words they talk? You are Sachit Brahma, because of you only we are there. Therefore, devatas have two roles to play. One, work in the world outside for the sake of the beings. Inside, only do the praise to the Paramatma. The praise of Paramatma is to establish the presence of Paramatma. So, instead of those devatas, talk about our own faculties, because faculties are the expression of devatas only. Adhisthana dev nahi hai, koi faculty kaam nahi karta. So, these faculties should serve the world outside. Inside, recognize the presence of Paramatma. Then the Jivan Mukti is lived. This is one way of seeing at it. Okay. Kutaha esha hi eva paraha atma anandayati. Kutaha. A very important sentence, this one. Esha hi eva paraha atma anandayati or anandayati sukhayati lokam dharmanurupam. Please remember, this Hridaya Akasha Sthita Ananda Brahma is the Karana, basic Karana for the Ananda of every beings, depending on their Dharma and Adharma Karma. But Karana is Paramatma. Saha eva Atma Ananda Rupaha. But this same Atma Vastu, whose nature is Ananda now, Avidyaya Parichinnaha Vibhavyate Pranivihi iti arthaha. Therefore, that alone is being covered by the avidya of the jivas, and Pranivihi Vibhavyate, they experience the same Brahmananda, but then through the upadhis as a parichinna. Really, the Brahma Swarupa is in their own heart. That Brahma only through the parichinna upadhis they are experiencing out of avidya. So instead of having the same Brahmananda through parichinna upadhis, why not transcending the upadhis, directly enjoy the Brahma Ananda by discovering him in the cave of the heart? So 4-5 minutes more of this. Tomorrow we will summarize. Then comes the very big topic, very powerful, very important topic about another way of discovering existence of Brahma. Here, the karmas done by faculties, Ananda experience in the beings indicate the presence of the Brahma. Everything is Brahma का अस्तित्व का प्रतिपादन वाले मंत्र है in this seventh अनुवाक. You have to be convinced. And while doing so only, he is proved to be beyond other than any of these faculties, and he himself can never be indicated through any of the Visheshanas. At the most, he can be talked as Satyam Jnanam Anantam, that is already told. This is what it is. That very important topic. Now the another one what? Bhaya bhaya hetutvat. People are afraid also, people are fearless also. That bhaya bhaya again is an indication for the existence of Brahman only. Wonderful topic it is. Then Esha Hevanandayati, then को हेवान्यात् का प्राण्यात् यदेश आकाश आनंदो न स्यात् देन एष हेवानंदयाति देन यदा हि एव एषः एतस्मिन् अदृश्ये अनात्मे अनिरुक्ते अनिलयने अभय प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते तत् अतो अतत्सो अभयंगतः भवति. So who will become fearless? Who becomes frightened? While explaining this, having given the reasoning for the fear and fearlessness, along with that explanation, Brahma Astitva Pratipadana, Brahman is existing. That postulation is proved in the next portion, which we studied tomorrow. Thank you. Om, 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 Om. Om 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 Om. Through all these studies, the three things are accepting the Brahman to be existing. Second is knowing that he is beyond all these three. Third, therefore, transcending all this is discovering our identity with him. Identity of me, the pursuer, the seeker with the Brahman is always like that of the river merging in the ocean. The finitude, because of the upadhis, is gone. Its innate, nascent, original infinitude is experienced. When the pot is broken, that sense of finitude of the inner space dissolved and the oneness with the total space, which was ever there, is realized. This is how sometimes how the Brahma Atma Atma Anubhuti looks like or felt. We have to contemplate sometimes. कैसा होता है ब्रह्म ज्ञान? Is it like I know a tree, I know my fellow, I know my neighbor, I know my uncle, I know Brahma? Is it like that? What do you mean of Brahma Jnana? What do you mean of Brahma Anubhuti? At that time, what is the position of now the Jiva? Is it not? Jiva Bhava jo just Bhavaatmak hai. Because of the Upadhi Tadatmya goes away. Atma being the original nature, Atma Anubhava happens. After Atma Anubhava happens, then Jiva Bhava will not be there, Jivatva will be there. Jiva Bhava is samsara. Jivatva is the play of that Brahman through the faculties. We are all actually Brahma, playing the role of Jivatva, but giving it a special reality. We have become Jiva Bhava. That Bhava Yukta Jiva suffer karta hai. When the Bhava is removed, just Jivatva is there, there is no suffering. What is that which makes Jivata Jiva Bhava? Purpose is attached. Purpose attached because of ego, individuality, and the vasanas and all. So that all we already discussed. Thank you. Let's meet tomorrow. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vachishate.